Learn English Podcast.
Today we're tackling maybe 8 of the smallest words in English, but words that cause, well, some really persistent writing headaches.
Yeah, possessive adjectives. We're talking my, your, his, her, its, our, their, and whose.
Exactly. They seem simple, right? Expressing ownership, relationships, but they trip people up constantly.
They really do. And, our goal here, our mission for you, the learner, is to give you the tools, the sort of foundational rules to stop guessing and really start using them confidently.
Okay, let's unpack this. You mentioned possessive adjectives, but I know linguists have a different term now.
That's right. The more precise term is possessive determiners. And it's not just jargon. This label change actually helps clarify their job in a sentence.
How so? Why does calling them determiners matter?
Well, unlike a descriptive adjective like green or tall, a determiner doesn't just describe. It specifies which noun we're talking about. It narrows it down. Think tree versus my tree.
Ah, okay. So it's pointing to a specific one.
Exactly. And that function means they have a special place in the sentence structure, kind of like VIPs.
Gatekeepers, maybe.
Yeah, gatekeepers of the noun phrase. You usually only get one central determiner per phrase. That's the rule that explains why you can't say something like, the my tree.
Right. Or that your car.
Yeah.
Because the my, that your, they're all competing for that one slot.
Precisely. They're all determiners. And the possessive determiner must come first in line before any descriptive adjectives. So it's always my new green book, never knew my green book.
Okay, so placement is fixed.
Yeah.
Mandatory first position, got it. But then the next big hurdle, especially for, learners whose first language does things differently, deciding which one to use.
This is probably the most critical point. The form of the possessive determiner, his, her, their, whatever, is decided only by the possessor, the owner.
Not by the thing being possessed.
Absolutely not. It doesn't change to match the noun that follows it. This is a huge source of errors.
So just to be super clear, if the possessor is he, say Marco, it's his, regardless of whether it's his child, singular, or his children, plural.
Exactly that. The word his stays the same because Marco is male and singular. The number or gender of the children is completely irrelevant to the choice of his. It only matches Marco.
Wow, okay. That's a massive departure from how agreement works in many other languages.
It really is. And understanding this rule actually helps explain something we see a lot more now in modern English.
You mean the singular there?
Yes, precisely. While maybe, 20 years ago it was frowned upon, using there to refer back to a single person when the gender isn't known or relevant.
Like each student needs to bring their notebook.
Exactly. That's now widely accepted, even recommended in style guides. It avoids clumsy stuff like his or her, while still following the core rule. The possessive links back to the possessor, each student in this case.
That really helps contextualize why that usage has become so common. Okay, so placement rule, check. Possessor agreement rule, check. What's the final big trap? Apostrophes.
The apostrophe confusion, yes. It's versus its. Your versus your, their versus their, and whose versus whose.
The bane of professional emails everywhere.
It feels complicated, but there's actually one really clear principle here. For these specific pronouns, it, you, who, and they, an apostrophe always signals a contraction. Always. It never signals possession for these words.
Okay, that's a clear dividing line. Apostrophe means contraction like it is or you are.
Correct. So we need a diagnostic test, right? Especially for the most common mix-up, it's versus its.
What's the test? How can you be sure?
Super simple. Try substituting it is or it has into your sentence. If the sentence still makes logical sense, you need the contraction. It's with the apostrophe.
Example, it's a nice day. Substitute, it is a nice day. Makes sense. So use its.
Perfect. Now try. The dog wagged its tail. Can you substitute it is or it has?
The dog wagged its tail. Nope. Sounds completely wrong.
Right. The substitution fails. So you need the possessive form. It's no apostrophe. This test works just as well for your versus your. If you are fits, use your. Otherwise, it's the possessive your.
Okay, so to wrap up the main points, possessives are actually determiners, taking that mandatory first slot. They agree with the owner, not the owned thing. And for those tricky pairs like attexts, the apostrophe always means contraction, never possession.
You've got it. Those are the core pillars. And maybe a final thought, building on that singular there we discussed.
Go on.
Just notice it this week. As you read professional articles, emails, whatever, see how often that singular, gender-neutral there pops up. It's a great example of how language evolves efficiently. What might have been seen as an error is now, well, just standard practical usage. Keep an eye out for it.